Hi, my name is Ayub, and today I am excited to welcome Aga and Paulina, the founders of Design Practice, a leading platform that's reshaping the way digital designers learn and grow. With their focus on hands-on practical education in UX, UI, and web design, they're empowering a new generation of designers to create impactful digital experiences. Through their courses, workshops, and vibrant community, they've made design education more accessible and real-world focused. We'll talk about online education, course creation, and community building. Welcome to Business Blueprint. Paulina, Aga, thank you so much for being here. Really excited to have you on. First thing I want to know is now the Design Practice is pretty much the go-to platform for designers to learn different design courses. What sparked the idea to create Design Practice?
Okay, so maybe I can start.
That's a long story.
How much time do we have? So maybe I will start with the story that Paulina used to organize conferences for designers, and I was the person who was a speaker on various conferences in tech mainly, and somehow we met. I was the attendee of Paulina's conference, Element Talks, and we met each other. I really wanted to meet Paulina and other girl, Olga, who was a business partner of Paulina, because I knew that these girls rock in the industry. So it was like, oh my God, 8 years ago or something like that. Yeah, many. And I was trying to do something together. And the first thing was the workshop that I held at the Element Talks event. And later, Paulina was an attendee of my workshops for design. It was mainly about coding. So somehow our paths intermingled, and we decided to do more with each other because it was fun. It was engaging. We had the same mission to share our passion, to show designers various new paths, tag, but also like more creative ways. And I think that it was in 2018 that we did something bigger, which was the conference for UX designers. And we did this as our common project in Poznań, 2018. And then you can follow the story.
And then after some other projects we started to organize another conference in 2020, and the COVID hit. Okay. So we were in the middle of organizing the conference, and then we decided to reshape this conference to make it online. But we didn't want it to be just a Zoom meeting, we wanted something more. We wanted our attendees to network, to meet each other. So we figured out our special way of organizing online conference. And we realized that it worked really well. People really loved it. And it was kind of the beginning of our online journey. Exactly. So after a few conferences online, we decided to make online courses because we knew that conferences are really nice as a way to learn something new, to learn some new topics from each speaker. But we wanted to take our attendees to the journey of, for example, a very specific narrow topic and teach them from A to Z, this specific narrow topic. So we had to do an online course. So we invited Tom Biskup to make our first online course on Figma, which is a really popular program for designers. And this is how it started in 2022.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. But I think that it's worth highlighting that it wasn't like the one day, right? Like the big success came suddenly, but we started building the community back in 2014 for you, right, Paulina?
So
and for
10
me,
years ago,
like 2015. So because everyone like who is interested in business and growing the business asks us, okay, so what are the best tips to grow, to build a community that it's so engaging, that lasts like so many years? And that I think that there's no one good recipe, but being very consistent and also patient pays off, because like when we started in 10 years ago, we didn't have any expectations in terms of like the return of investment or how much money we'll get from organizing events, right? Maybe from Paulina would be a bit different because this was your job, like
at the beginning. It wasn't my job. Like it was on university. For the first 3 years, we didn't make any money on the conferences, and then it was fifth grade, fifth year of our university, and then we started to think, okay, maybe we can make it our job. But at the beginning, we didn't have any expectations, like Aga said, which was really nice. We didn't have to worry about it, but basically, we are doing the same thing for the last 10 years. We are gathering the community, and we are adjusting the ways the products we give them. Sometimes it was a conference, it was the online conference, and now there are online courses. Maybe in the future we will change this, but the community is the most important thing.
Got it. So what makes a great community and engaging community?
I think that being authentic about what you want to achieve and do with these people, because for us it started with a really like a naive, you can say, mission that you want to share your passion, you want to like meet other people who do the same thing as you do, because we're both designers, right? We're not business women who think about, okay, maybe we can make money out of designers. No, it's different, totally different way, right? We are designers. We wanted to meet these people in real life. We wanted to get some insights from them, but also give something for them. So I think that like being very authentic and true to what you want to your mission, actually. I know that it sounds maybe cliche, but it's really like in the end of the day, it's very important to say, okay, I'm happy with what I do. I'm transparent with people. I don't use any manipulations or like the strange psychology. It's very straightforward, right? We want to like do our job, like gather people, give them the best product we can organize, we can do. And also it's the third side, I think. And also be in touch with the best experts on the market, because we're not teachers ourselves. We collaborate with various designers. I saw Tom Biskup, for instance, Paulina mentioned, who's great designers. And we also have like a wide eyes open to like observe what's happening, who people want to follow, who has like a real important, like the spirit and this sort of inspiration. And then later we invite these people to create with us the product.
This is the best way, to be honest, in business in general. How to start a business or a community is just understanding the problems of your target audience, and the best way to do that is being an expert yourself in that thing, and not necessarily having to go to some completely new industry. Just find what are your problems at whatever you do, and then solve that.
Yeah, I think it started for us in a different ways, because Aga was an expert on coding and design, and she wanted to share her knowledge. But with me on the other side, it was different, because I was a student. So I didn't have big knowledge on design, but I was really curious. And I wanted to learn from experts. So this is another way. If you don't have knowledge, then ask people, and you can learn for yourself. And I thought that, okay, I want to learn for myself, for my career, for my future path. Then why not to share it with other people similar to me. So this is why our paths are very complementary, and it works very well. Because I started organizing conferences because I was curious how other people work and how they deal with running a studio or working in some agencies, design agencies, and how they deal with clients and stuff like that.
So how do you run your community, and how do you decide what courses or what products to launch in general? Do you have some system that you utilize, or is it more of just really communicating with the audience and chatting with them?
Yeah, I think like we have a few ways. Our intuition is very important actually, because this is something that we are really interested in, the design. So we want to make products that we want to use, and we want to learn ourselves. So this is why we have a drive to do that, because we really feel excited about the new projects. We want to learn it. So this is one thing. It has to be interesting for us. And also we make some research on our community. We we make some forums and ask people questions, how they deal. For example, now we are launching the new project, the new course on typography. And we are asking people what problems they have with typography, or how they use it, and what's the worst thing they can face in their job. So if we have 500 or 600 answers, then we gather all the answers and we analyze it, and we see what problems people have in their work, and then we adjust the product. And usually we make some free resources at the beginning before we launch a big product. So we make 3 or 4 free classes, video classes. We check how people react on them, if they want to subscribe to these classes, if they want to leave the email address on our systems. And if we see that people are interested, then we can decide to make the bigger project to record the whole online course.
This is awesome. And these are important tips actually of testing a product in general, because a lot of people, they just assume that they're going to build something great or a product that is going to be a great product for everyone without actually asking people. And they end up wasting hours, if not months or many weeks creating the product, and then finding out that nobody actually wants
wasted time, wasted money. But lessons learned at least.
Exactly. And what is I wanted to ask you about the AI course, because a lot of designers or creatives in general are worried that AI is going to take over their jobs. And what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's the matter of the perspective. So we generally think that AI is another tool. Of course, there are some problems or maybe unclear statements about the law, the intellectual property, and we totally agree that it's a bit shady thing. And actually, I guess that no one really knows how to deal with it, because there are so many voices and so many things to take into consideration. So yeah, this is the side that everyone should pay attention to and do this, use it in an ethic way. And I think that we can do it. But we should be more aware. So we decided to organize the course to show that AI can be your another hand, another tool which you use. For instance, these designers who are afraid of AI at the same time use, for instance, Adobe's software, right? That it's very often, currently, it's many features are based on AI. So they're use it anyway. So I think that it's not instead of trying to worry or take part in the AI battle or anti-AI battle, it's better to learn how it works, what are the technical things behind the AI, and how designers, creatives can take advantage of it, because they can, for sure. And our course is mainly focused on the productivity, not on the generative art or generative video. It's more about how you can incorporate AI in your daily work to make it faster, to get rid of the mundane tasks that you don't like. So it's more about smart looking at things. And also there's one lesson, because the course, the author of the course is Greg Rug, and in one lesson he decided to totally focus on mindfulness and think about how you work, how you waste time on notifications, what is your practice of working when you have this time for deep work. So I think that it's not, because many people think that our course is on generative AI. Of course, we show some tools as examples and some cases, but it's mainly about looking smart at your job and thinking how I can use AI in my own workflow. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, it is a technology that for sure some jobs are going to be taken over, but it's always better to learn to adapt and use the tools that you have in whatever technology comes, because we're in a world that is innovative. Technology is going to be there, is going to stay here, and so that's absolutely important advice for designers and non-designers, to be honest.
For everyone, creatives. Right?
Yeah, exactly. And what are some of the tools that you recommend for people to use in AI?
Well, our favorite tool is actually Notion. Okay. Probably you know it. So they have quite a lot of new AI features, and so this is the app. It can be used by everyone, not only designers. It's basically a note app, but very complex. You can use it in many different ways. But also, I mentioned Figma, which is a really popular app for designers, and they also have a new AI features, really worth consideration and checking. And from Figma also produces FigJam, which is a whiteboard for collaboration. And they also have really nice AI features for making research, for workshops. This might really make the research job very really faster.
Yeah, and recently we're also quite amazed by Claude, because we used to, I think that we still use ChatGPT and Gemini, but Claude I think it has some sort of feeling. The user experience is a bit different, so we strongly recommend to check it out, because it's like a new LLM that I think that especially among designers, it's getting more and more popular. Maybe because of the pleasant and a bit different interface. The
artifacts. I love the artifacts with Claude.
Yeah. So and it's a bit different approach, that showing the artifacts, and so Claude definitely.
Awesome. I want to ask you about what makes a great course. Considering now that you've created, not you as teachers, but you're working with other teachers who are creating great courses. So what do you think makes a great course?
So we have a set of rules for our teachers. So as a publishers, we care for our attendees'
experience and comfort too.
Exactly, comfort. So we try to make as short classes as possible. For example, 10 minutes or 5 minutes. It's better to have short classes
videos.
Videos, exactly.
Because each course, it's very complex. It's about 20 to 30 hours of video. But from our experience, it's better to have in course like 100 lessons, but with like for 5 to 10 minutes, rather than like 10 lessons with 1 hour long when you need, like, you treat it as a lecture instead of like a quick win that you can directly, like, instantly use the tips from the author right away, right?
Yeah, we try to encourage them to make more and more, to watch the more and more videos, and it's easier to tell you watch it is just 5 more minutes than watch it is just 1 more hour, right?
Yeah.
So it's something in the brain that encourages you to continue and to even watch just 5 minutes a day. It's always some progress. So this is important for us, but also the whole experience behind the course, like the community, which is really important. So all our clients have access to special forums, special community, and they can share their questions or their knowledge. They can share what they do or ask questions. So they also watch the course there. So everything is in one place. And this is really important to put people together, and so they can feel that they are a part of a community. There's also a chat. So we are also always available on our email inbox, or they can call me on my phone to ask questions. So we try to be really available to make their experience better. And also we, during the course, we try to be really clear about what is happening and what will happen next. So our teachers, they always tell you, in this lesson, we will learn this. And in the next lesson, we will learn this. So people know what to expect. This is also important.
And this feeling of also completion, Paulina mentioned about the length of the particular videos, but also every course is finished with the final assessment. So people are motivated to get the certificate. And to do this, you have to finish the final assessment and you have to complete it. And usually it's something very practical. For the Figma course, you have to design a website with like very specific requirements, the mobile version, the components, the styles in Figma. For Webflow course, you need to create a website in Webflow yourself. So it's very practical. And for us, watching every video is maybe not that important, but like encouraging people to put their hands in the technology, in the program, in the software, and finishing with something that maybe it's not tangible because it's digital, but something that they can show to other people. It's extremely important. So we also encourage them to do some projects, even if they don't have time for the final assessment, they can do some smaller homeworks which are not obligatory, and usually our main theme is that we're very flexible, although we have some rules, like as I mentioned, the final assessment, we have some deadlines, the specific dates of the QA sessions with the authors. We also deliver like a very flexible experience because people can decide whether they want to follow our timeline or they want to do their course whenever they want because they have the access for it. It depends on the course, but the most complex course, it's 10 years. So because very often, we were debating a lot about it because we're participants, attendees on various courses ourselves.
What do you mean? Is it a 10-year course?
No, the course takes around 2 or 3 months, but you have access to all the videos for 10 years.
No. Maybe next step would be the university.
You can always go back to the videos and remind yourself if you need something specific at work and you think, it was in this course, I can go back to the material and check.
Yeah,
okay, that's great.
Because so sometimes we are frustrated as attendees of other courses, not design practice courses, but other courses that the usage is limited to only 1 year, right? Like you have 1 year of membership to this course, and for us it's sometimes very frustrating because sometimes we're so packed with various tasks and so busy that we don't have time to even open it. And before, like 2 days before the expiry date, we got the notification, oh, your course is going to be not available within 2 days. And like, oh my god, another course we bought and we didn't use. So this is why we wanted to make it more convenient to our students, but it doesn't mean that that these will be like the fixed rules, because we also observe the market. And for instance, the AI course, this is a course that probably would be outdated within like, I don't know, maybe 1 year, or we'll see. So the another edition of the course means that probably we need to re-record it. Mm-hmm. And of course we need to gather money for that. So it depends on the topic, but sometimes we change the rules, depends on the sphere we do the course.
And also you mentioned Q&A sessions, so this is also an important part of this practical approach, because we want our teachers to be approachable. And if people have some questions on the way, maybe they stuck somewhere, they don't know if they can move forward with the course, then they can just attend the Q&A session, ask the teacher and go forward.
That's awesome. I love the bite-sized type of courses. It's extremely effective, and it's good to hear that a lot of platforms are using that. Actually, there's Duolingo that's becoming a standard basically on how education should be.
One day
exactly
the streak, right? And,
and gamification is so powerful tool, and especially for younger generation, they're used to gaming and esports. So having courses and education also similar to what they're using on a day-to-day basis is extremely important. And so how do you see the online education in the next few years?
Well,
this is our dream, actually, to have our own platform, to use all this gamification and all the things you said about, because not many platforms for schools like ours, they have these features. So some of them, they have some of the features, like for example the progress bar, but in Duolingo it's another level. So we would really love to build our own platform where we can use all our knowledge, because we are UX designers as well, so we know how to build products like this, and we know our community, we know how to educate people. So it would be great to build our own platform and face all these requirements. And like you said, people now are used to gamification everywhere. So I think micro learning will be the next, it will be a future, definitely. So maybe even shorter courses would be better. Our courses are quite long, but they are quite also complex. So you can change your job after our course. If you make this 3 months course, you can be a designer. At least you can start. But maybe a smaller bites, like for example 2-hour courses, would be better for the future. We will test and see how it works.
Does it vary from one course to another, that some course it can be done in a couple of hours, or some other course should have like 1 week of content? How do you decide how much content should be in each course?
Yeah, usually it's up to author who proposes schedule, maybe not the schedule, but like the syllabus for the program for the course, and we discuss about the timelines and about how much hour it will require to record, but also how, like, what will be the duration of the course. But usually like our 4 courses on brand design, on interaction design, web design and Webflow are quite complex, because we wanted to teach people as much as possible, to give them everything, to give the whole knowledge and tips and tricks from our authors. But the AI course is a bit different, and I think that it's a new direction for us, and we were very excited to launch this course because every lesson is released, every new lesson is released every day. So, and it lasts 4 weeks. So from Monday till Friday, you get the access to the lesson that consists both of the video and the text. So it's something new because usually our previous courses were the video based, but now you have the snippets of the text that you need to consume. So it's we got the positive feedback from our participants saying that, well, it's great for their neurodiversity because they can focus first on the text and then watch the video. So it's a totally new form created by Greg, our author. And usually one lesson, like reading plus watching, requires 1 hour from your time. But of course, there's also the practical part. You need to experiment with the tools yourself. So we ask people to reserve like at least 5 hours a week for this course for 4 weeks, to really be focused on that topic. And I think that because it's the third week now of this course, because it's currently running. And the feedback it's really amazing because people, I think that they've managed to build a new habit. They usually start the day with a new content from the course, and they share their insights on the community by the comments. So also it's a matter of engaging yourself and sharing your reflections with other people, reading about it. And I think that it might be a new way for us, for the courses to have the like very intensive course, but focused on maybe a bit more narrow topic. And also very engaging in terms of like also encouraging people to do something every day.
Got it. I love the structure of how you do the courses and the exercises. How do you get the inspiration of that? Do you just brainstorm it, or is there a system also that you use to figure out how to structure everything?
Actually, we are course addicts and we are buying a lot of courses. We are learning all the time. So we are observing the market. So usually we buy not design courses, but maybe more like business or marketing courses. So it's different field, but also very filled with courses. So we can see how other creators work. And also we observe other creators in design here in Poland or abroad. So some of our ideas are not new, like we just test something that someone invented, or we observe our community. We see how they like to learn, how they behave, and then we figure out some new paths or new ideas.
If you're finding value in this episode, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you do not miss out on incredible conversations with great entrepreneurs to learn more about business.
Okay, who should create courses? Because there is this trend, like everyone has a course. And I mean, I understand that like you can always transfer any skill that you have or anything you know to someone else, but there's this huge now market of people who are not really even that skilled, and they sell courses. Some of them are scams, some not.
Yeah.
But, so what do you think of who should create courses, and what makes a good course creator?
Yeah, I think that it's important to find your own way, because I think that currently the video courses are very popular, but not everyone feels comfortable in front of the camera, and it's like, and you can feel it once you watch it. You can feel that this person struggles a lot when recording the course. But it doesn't mean that you can be a good creator. You can be a good teacher. You can be a great educator, but you need to find your own way of sharing the knowledge that you have. by talking who can create an online course, this should be a person who has something to share, right? So this is the number one rule. You have to be passionate about something. You have to know something that it's interesting for people. It doesn't mean that you need to be an expert. I think this is my view, that you can be a beginner and also share your path. It's also very inspirational and sometimes even more valuable because you're currently in this moment and you can give a lot of value to other people. So having something to share and then find your own way or form. I think that if you don't feel good in front of the camera, maybe you can use a different way. Maybe it can be a written course that depending on the topic can be very productive for other people as well. And I think that the third thing is that you have to have something that other people that people want to watch you or read your content, this factor that some stars have, like celebrities, that we really like to watch some actors because they're interesting. So I think the same happened for educators, that, sorry to say, but boring, in quotes, of course, boring people are not interesting for us, right? So we need to have something attractive to people, and it can be a very large variety of things, but exploring this in yourself, it's extremely important. And maybe, Paulina, you can tell that there are several ways of checking out these things. That we mentioned that we have a very specific process to check whether our idea and our project, how people react to it. And this is very important. I wouldn't recommend to anyone to record the course before doing the MVP version of their idea.
Yeah, and this is why community is important, because people... we have everything in the internet, right? So we can learn everything for free, basically, but you have to have time to look for the specific materials, videos, articles to learn. But some people don't have all this time and they want to pay for the course. And what works for me, I want to learn from people I trust. So there are many teachers on marketing or business, but I buy from the people I like and I trust, and I like the way they teach. So there are so many people in the world and everyone likes other ways of learning. So that's why there are many educators, because everyone has their own style of educating. So it's good to check if your style of educating resonates with people. And then it's good to make decisions to make some bigger projects.
Okay, so basically people should be self-aware on what they like and who they are, to choose the format first. Whether, if you're not a video guy, you cannot be presentable on video, it's okay, but you can use other formats, you said written. If you're a good video guy, you can record videos. And so let's say now I chose the format. How do I start creating the course?
So we would recommend to start with maybe not the course itself, but with something small you can give people for free to check whether they're interested in taking these things for free from you, and also measure how many people signed up, because usually we see that once someone gives us the email address, we treat it that, okay, this person is interested more seriously, because we know nowadays giving away your email is for some people it is a problem. For some, they need to have some time to decide, okay, these are my data, I don't know whether I want to give the data to this organization. So we treat the subscription process as a vote that, okay, I'm interested in this person, this community, this initiative. So try to think of how you can measure the interest, and once the number would be satisfactory for you, for instance, for us, it's usually 1,000 subscriptions to the free classes. So 1,000 people need to subscribe for us to get on the next stage of the whole planning process. So you need to decide on your own which number would be.
How do you come up with that number?
We count how many people are on our email list, and not to be too ambitious, to give ourselves time to gather more during the next steps, but also not too low.
Yeah, you can also calculate how many courses you want to sell. If you want to sell 100 courses, if it gives you the satisfaction, financial satisfaction, then I think 1,000 subscribers it's a minimum, because if you sell to 10% of your subscribers, it's quite a lot.
Yeah, it's a usual rate. It's maybe not for us, but something what we see in the books and articles, it's 1%, right? So, yeah, the conversion rate.
Yeah.
So you need to do your own math, and it's important, and you have to give some time. It's not within 1 month usually, especially when you're not popular, you don't have your community. And then once you give something for free, create freebie, gather people around it, you can start mention about the product that you're going to sell. And it's also very important to communicate that this is going to be a paid product, and give the people more or less how much it will cost, because I think it was also a topic for both of us that we started, our initiative started totally non-profit, and we had some sort of anxiety maybe, or also felt a bit guilty that we want to charge people, right? And it's a trap. It's a trap once you start to do too many things for free. Because people like freebies. Yeah,
it's a problem for many creatives and artists. Usually, they feel guilty charging people.
So you need to the earlier you started, communicate transparently to people that it's going to be a paid product, but you also have some freebies for everyone. It's going to be better for your mental health and also the later decisions you're going to take as an entrepreneur.
So how do you choose so now we have the lead magnet, and then you figure out what the product is. How do you choose the pricing of your product?
So we observe the market, and we check how much are other courses in our area. So we try to stick more or less with the prices on the market. And you can, if you want to be seen as a premium product, you can set your price slightly higher. So it depends on how you want to be seen and on how many people you want to reach. So the course can be $50, which is very low price, but you can reach the whole world, right? But because our courses are in Polish, then we have to take in consideration that, how many designers can be in Poland, how many people can be interested in the topic. So this is more or less how we calculate the price. And also we of course we talk with our teachers and discuss it, how they feel about it, because all the topics of our courses are quite narrow, and they know exactly their field. So we also discuss it with them, and I think that's
the observation and some simulations, because we know after that 3 years almost, we know about the distribution, about the peak season, so we can simulate a bit the numbers, and usually we're quite close. Usually we're a bit more pessimistic. So when the campaign is over, because we saw the courses within 7 days, a 1 week campaign. So once the campaign is over, we compare the results, and usually we're quite surprised. We're aiming the lower numbers, but eventually we reach more. So
also we have this way of pricing that at the beginning our prices are lower, and then we increase them with time, with with the next editions of the course. So this is the way to encourage people to buy the product at the beginning, and if they finish the course, then we ask them for the testimonials, and we have material to share with new people, and we have like opinions we can share from the real people, real attendees, which is really important.
Got it. So usually you start with the lower ticket product, and then if it works well, then you can go to a higher ticket and a richer course, basically.
Yeah. So to give you an example, for example, the first edition of our first course was around 800, 900 zloty. And now this course costs 2,500 zloty. So it's quite a big difference, but we always say that we want to give kind of bonus to people who buy from us from the beginning. So people who bought the course 3 years ago, they are super happy because they still have it. They have it for 10 years. So they trust us before the course is even recorded. And this is the way we thank them with lower price.
So how do you market your course? Now we have course created, a lower ticket product. How do I market it?
Yeah, so we always start with we start with the survey among our community, but also we try to promote it everywhere, and we ask usually two questions about their challenges, their problems with the given topic. So once we got the results, and usually we aim at like 200 answers. Usually it's more. We analyze thoroughly the survey and decide on the wording, on the communication, which is later on very important. And once we have the survey, we announce that we're going to record free classes. So everyone who filled up the survey and also subscribe on our landing page has the access to the free classes. And we release these free classes and promote them widely on the internet. These are kind of like short lessons, like 30-minute videos that everyone can watch. And the aim of this is to show how this particular author educates, whether his hairstyle resonate with the audience, and also it's very important to give people some practical tips, so they can watch like even one video and already has a very valuable knowledge they can apply in their everyday work.
And these are advertised or organic content?
Both. Yeah, but organic content plays the crucial role in our case.
Newsletter is really important in this this whole process, because we have 20,000 people on our newsletter list. So of course it's growing because we are promoting the classes everywhere, so people are subscribing. But now we start promoting the new classes, the new projects to our newsletter list. But also recently we started to make challenges. So when we have 3 or 4 free classes, we put them in a calendar, and then we add also some challenges, and this is really nice because people can do something every day, and it's short. It's like 7 days or 10 days, and they already have after 10 days some goal reached.
Is it group challenges or individual challenges?
Individual. Yeah, but we have like a community around this challenge, usually in Facebook group. So everyone gathers, and it's also for free. So it's quite easy to engage people because they don't need to pay for it. They can just test it out whether it's for them. And by finishing this challenge, they also got a badge that they can add to their LinkedIn profile.
It's kind of certificate, but it's not certificate like after the whole course, but it's something smaller.
What kind of challenges? Is it something that they have to do of the platform using some tools, and then you see the results.
Yeah, for instance, on Webflow, they had to create some sort of sections of the website themselves, with the help of these videos. But they really managed to do this, and the coolest thing was that they started to experiment with Webflow and did their own versions. So you could see creativity out there. So yeah, it's the first stage that people actually put their hands and they want to actually learn more. So there's another side of this challenge, because they started with as a free initiative, but maybe not usually, but many of them finished as our clients with a paid product.
And when they solve basically these challenges, do they add them in the platform, just links, or is there some tool inside the platform where they can, upload the results or the documents?
So actually we use a Facebook group for the challenge. So they subscribe to our newsletter, and we send tasks every day. And some tasks are just text, and some of them are the videos, the classes we mentioned. And then there is a Facebook group where they publish their results.
Okay. Awesome. I want to talk to you about the newsletter, because it's extremely important for every business pretty much.
Yeah.
And how to create a great newsletter. What makes a newsletter exceptional and not just anything that we delete even before we open it? How to make it great, how to make a great subject line that attracts readers.
Yeah, I think it's being consistent, because even if you experiment a lot with the format, it's not like that after one edition of the great newsletter and content, we will instantly get new subscribers. You need to grow them week by week, month by month. For us, years by years, because it's year by year, because it's our list, it's 20,000 people, but it's something that we managed to gather through all these years that we organized the initiatives, the conferences, and so on and so forth. So yeah, being consistent and not to give up, I think this is the main rule, but also listen carefully to the community. So what they pay attention to, what they're interested in.
What if you don't have no community? When you start with zero, how do you?
Like the zero problem.
You can start with your friends and people on LinkedIn. Okay. And you need to start somewhere, right? So at the beginning, maybe you can make a little challenge for 5 days on the topic on your field, and then you have 100 people, and then you can encourage them to ask to send it to their friends. And there are several things you can do to grow the list, like growth hacks. For example, because Aga has her own newsletter as well. And you always put every week you put on social media what's gonna be the topic of the next newsletter, and encourage people to sign up. You need to remind people that you can sign up. Yeah,
give them also the incentive. So for us, it's the challenge. For us, are the video classes. But maybe I saw that many people promote. Subscribe to my newsletter, and you will get the link to a Notion where I gathered all the practical links you should know as a designer, for instance, right? So because once everything depends on the communication and you're promoting ways. Because if you want to just write a short message that, hey, I'm going to write on technology, please subscribe. Well, it's kind of boring, right? Why I should waste my time to subscribe and then read your reflections, what I can find there. I need something that will resonate with me, like incentive, something that will be maybe the shortcut to another door, another field. So first, I think that freebie, basically, it's always a good answer, but this freebie has to be interesting for your target. So you have to maybe do some interviews with people, what would be interesting with them or what they struggle with, and then try to come up with interesting lead magnet, freebie that you can offer to people.
And if you're an expert on some field, you can try to become a guest on other newsletter, connected somehow to your field, and maybe share your knowledge and ask people of your host to join your newsletter. It's like with podcasts, right?
Yeah.
If you want to be a guest, we can be guests in your podcast, and then we can invite people to our podcast, right? To listen to our podcast. It's the same.
Cross promotion.
And how do you come up with topics to write on the newsletter? Yeah, you can be expert at a certain topic, but how do you make sure that people will not get bored listening to or reading your newsletter on a weekly basis? And by the way, how often should you send a newsletter?
Yeah, it depends.
So we send our newsletter every 2 weeks, but Aga sends her every week.
Yeah.
But your newsletter is shorter, right? Which is, I think, important. If you want people to read your newsletter every week, then it shouldn't be too long.
Yeah.
And the topics, you just come up with them on a weekly basis?
So we work on the newsletters with our team. So there is Maya, who's responsible for creating the content for newsletter, and she's very good at it. With our mission is to recycle the content that we already have. So Maya has an eye on like what's happening on webinars, on our repository. Let's say this like the huge storage of the content that like the podcasts or some interviews or webinars with our authors, and she observes like which topic we're getting closer. For instance, if we know that within a month we're going to launch a new course on typography, it's natural for us that we're going to focus on typography in our newsletter to like make more people aware of it, and getting more interested in what's going to be next. So I think that this is the rule. And also, it's important not to over engineer the topic and not to be complicated. We like straightforward language, very plain, so everyone can read it and understand it clearly. So for us, it's like making complex topics quite simple, like talking with it without the jargon or technical language.
Got it. And what about the content strategy? How do you create an effective content strategy for your online course?
For the online course, well, it depends on the teacher. So we are responsible for the experience of our attendees and all the marketing stuff. But for the course, the teachers are responsible for that part. So of course they have some guidelines from us how to structure the course, but they are the in this field, they are the experts, so we trust them. So this is important in our business, that it's based on relationships, and we know these people we invite to be teachers in design practice, so we already know that they can teach very effectively, and they are great designers, great specialists, so we just trust them.
And they post also on content on their own social media to promote the course?
It depends.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they not.
It depends on the teacher, and we it's not our like requirement from as a publishing campaign, but company. But of course, it's nice when the teacher is engaged as well. But also, it's worth mentioning that once the first chunks, the first classes of the course are recorded, we invite the special group from our community. These are usually a couple of people who watch the course before everyone and share their opinions, because they would be our students anyway. So we want to get the fresh feedback. We also watch the materials, but we want to have this fresh perspectives of someone who is interested in the field. And very often we got interesting like insights, directions. Sometimes they highlight that this was something more complicated, so they would see another classes on this topic, or maybe the teacher could give more examples. So it's very valuable for us. Yeah.
Okay. I want to ask you about the skills that are necessary that you recommend for someone who wants to start online course or want to share their knowledge online basically and start earning money from that. What skills are the best that are general requirement?
So teaching is a very important thing, obviously, but also if you do it by yourself, you have to be like one-man army. So you have to be interested in marketing, in community building, in teaching as well. So you have to be an expert in the field. So I think it's not for everyone to wear all these hats, but there are many people who are interested in all of these topics in these fields. So definitely community building, marketing is something additional to only the knowledge sharing.
Yeah, I would say that marketing is extremely important, and many people think that it's like another puzzle and picture, but from our perspective and experience, we can say that without good marketing strategies, we won't have this success that we have today, because there are so many platforms, so many online courses on Figma, so many YouTube channels, creators, but you need to present this product in an appropriate way, that it's attractive, that it's engaging, that people want to pay for. So having like an eye for different marketing strategies and adapt on the market, it's very important. So it's quite funny because we started our career, our lives, professional lives as designers, but today we're extremely focused on marketing.
Is it
selling?
Is it mainly Facebook ads, Instagram ads, or is it just organic content creation, like
for us,
newsletters?
It's more about organic.
A lot of organic, Of course, we use ads, but they're only additional. Even if we use ads, we use our content, like sorry, I forgot the word. So even if we use ad, we use the
materials. No.
Organic content. Organic content.
So even if we use ads, we use the organic content to make the ads working better.
Yeah, and of course we are not experts in every field in terms of the marketing. We collaborate with Marta, who is responsible for the ads. So ourselves, we don't know much
and we don't want to know,
and we don't want to know, because Meta, it's extremely complicated once you want to configure the campaign. But we're intrigued and passionate about the organic ways of promoting the content. So with every campaign, we want to add something new. We try to experiment, and I think that this is why we still do what we do, because we find we add a new element to the campaign that we organize. Yeah. So answering your questions, definitely the marketing knowledge. And the community building.
Awesome. How do you evolve as business people and entrepreneurs, considering your journey starting from different backgrounds, like as a designer and event organizer? And what was the most interesting or surprising fact in business that you learned from?
I think it was the moment when we launched the first edition of our first course, Digital Designer, and we organized the pre-sale campaign. So the course wasn't recorded yet, and we didn't know whether it will going to be recorded, because we wanted to gather minimum 100 people who will pay for in the pre-sale. So the price was attractive, but still we were kind of like, it was our first course, and Tom was this was his first product as well as an online teacher. So there were some doubts, and the campaign lasted like for 1 week or 10 days, I don't remember, but something like that. And the numbers were growing very slowly. So we were like, okay, it's 60, it's 70. So will we manage? And suddenly, once we broke the 100, people were buying as crazy. Yeah, they were just like buying, and eventually we sold almost 1,000.
Okay.
So 10 times more that we were aiming at. And I think that this was the moment when I realized that we're doing something really big, especially taking into consideration that we're in Poland. There is a limited number of designers and limited number of people who are interested in online courses. So, and I realized that 1,000, wow, it's a big success.
Yeah, and this is the beauty of online business, because previously we organized conferences, and of course you have all the logistics organized already, and for example you have a venue for 600 people or 2,000 people, and you can't sell more. And in this case, we wanted to sell 100 and we sold 1,000. So this is really great that we can have some goals, but we can double the goals or triple the goals. It depends. Like, we can do everything we can to make it the best, but we don't have these limitations.
Yeah. So the scalability of this is something that we realized, that we can actually grow the business and try to experiment, because we're not limited by the space or logistics, which we did have back then with the conferences.
That's awesome. What is the best tech stack that you recommend for someone who wants to start an online business, whether it's for newsletter, online community, social media?
So we tested a lot of apps, and the most valuable ones we use are Notion. I already mentioned it. We put there everything, like all the information about our company and our projects. And also for newsletter, we use MailerLite, which is nice. Of course, it has pros and cons, but it's okay. And we use Airtable for all the data gathering, and Figma, of course, for designing. And something more, Make, which
automations.
is for automations, which are really important, because we try to automate as much as we can.
Yeah, we have Google Workspace for email, and also Circle, which is the most important. This is the platform we actually use. It's a solution that is a SaaS model, so everyone can have her own Circle community. It's a subscription model, so we pay annually for it. And both the video courses and the community, so by community we mean the forum that people talk with each other, share their insights, reflections, is on Circle as well. So we use a lot of solutions that are in a SaaS model and try to combine them somehow. So Circle is integrated with MailerLite, so when someone buys our product, is added to Circle by some automations. And I think that tech stack in current, of course it depends what you want to do, but currently there is this approach that use as much tools that are currently on the market, try to be flexible somehow by automations and glue them somehow together. But we're also thinking about our own platform, like developed, but it's a longer journey.
Yeah, and it's a big project.
And when you listen about this, all this AI features and something that you can develop a project without the coding knowledge, it's like very enticing, like very encouraging you to build something your own, but it also requires some time to like think of the architecture, blah blah blah. So probably maybe it will be a goal for the next year.
Yeah.
2020. No, next year, because your podcast is going to be in 2025 this year. The goal for 2025.
I'd love to see that. Yeah, I mean, having just Practice.pl. You teach everything without the design. Just Practice.pl.
We need to check the domain.
Exactly. Yeah. That would be great. I want to ask you, because you have a community of over 20,000 people. Is there any success story that stands out from some of your students?
Yeah, we have so many emails and stories like that. So this is something that really drives us when people send us emails on, hi, I made your online course and now I changed my job, or I changed my field. I was a teacher, marketer, or veterinary doctor, and now I'm a designer. So these stories are really inspiring, and sometimes we invite our students for webinars, so they can share their story, which is really important for us. And there are so many stories like that. It's hard to recall one of them.
Actually, it's like for us, these stories are the fuel. So once we feel that, we're so tired, I don't know what's going to be in the future with our business, but suddenly the email comes in and you see the story, and you feel so happy that you were a part of this, the transformation that our students have very often. So
we also encourage people to share their story on LinkedIn or social media when they receive a certificate. So we send them certificate with the special app, speaking about apps, and this is a certifier. And then they can link it to their LinkedIn profile, and sometimes they also write really nice posts about it, about their journey on the course.
Yeah.
Awesome. Paulina, Aga, this was incredible. Thank you so much. I learned a lot myself. I'm going to go start my own online course as well.
Fingers crossed.
And I encourage everyone to go buy their courses. They have beautiful design and many courses that many viewers should learn how to design and make things beautiful.
Thank
I think this is a skill a lot of people should learn, whether they're in design or business in general. So thank you so much for your time, and
thanks for the invitation.
Thank you.
Awesome.
If you enjoyed this episode, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Also watch my masterclass on how to start a business in 5 steps in 2025. Thank you so much for your support.